This is hands down probably the best game Puppet Combo has and will ever make, due to the fact that quite literally nothing even comes close to paralleling this game's quality. The absolute magnum opus of interactive media is encapsulated in a mere millisecond of this game, and it's more likely than not that this will go down in history as the greatest game of all time, because it should be at the top of everyone's list for greatest games. It deserves every award for interactive media and even more. Even the awards on the covers of magazines pushed by GameStop. Remember the fake awards that were on the cover of Bubsy 3D so they could make it sell more copies? You know, the PS Extreme and the Gold X Award. Yeah, everything like that and beyond. It's right up our alleys, specializing in what's quite literally toilet humor, and it couldn't give less of a care about sticking to some horror aesthetic. Instead, this goes all out with its brazen 5th grade humor. It's literally in the DSM-5. If you don't like this, you're literally insane, bro. Congress is passing a bill now that'll give you the death penalty if you don't think this game is good. Focusing on the important stuff for once. Everyone's talking about guns, but this is what's gonna really help people. If this is your favorite game, you automatically have a bigger cock. Oh, okay, we'll stop. But if you're familiar with the channel at all, you'd know we typically make videos with ominous music, stock videos, and images that won't help you if you're trying to not get on an FBI watch list, and a forced tone of voice to feign the whole horror vibe. But this game is a breath of fresh air because we know we could take a break and just have fun. Also, Jay from the Cub Scouts is in this, and he's also that dude, so there's him. This is the Booty Creek Cheek Freak. Connor and Gary are really good friends, and it's been a while since they've both been camping together. After a conversation that'll decimate your brain cells if you actually listen to the whole thing, Gary instructs Connor to go to the car and get his thing. Connor does so, and when he returns, shirtless Gandalf appears and tells him to leave before it's too late, and so long as he's telling us what to do. If you're carrying a staff, either hike, play D&D, or part the Red Sea. There's no need to have the biggest stick out there like that. Anyway, Gary asks him what he's talking about, and the old man tells him the legend of the Booty Creek Cheek Freak. Many years ago, one trucker went to use the old bathroom establishment and got stuck on the toilet due to his bodacious buns. He should have put butter on them so they wouldn't get stuck. Due to the isolation, the man went insane and died of starvation. And according to the legend, if someone takes a dump on the floor in the same bathroom the man died, the Cheek Freak will appear and will rip his victim's cheeks off. Remember that Family Guy bit where they said they'd saw your ass off and put it on your head? Yeah, think of that, but without a licensed practitioner. Then, geeked out Santa vanishes out of thin air, and Gary and Connor brush the story off and eat their beans before going to their tents. Hours later, Connor wakes up and has to take a dump. She searches the area and finds the old toilet, and just when things couldn't get any worse, they got worse, because Connor somehow accidentally drops what could only be described as the hardest looking turd ever, and then the room turns blue, and the Cheek Freak appears in the mirror and threatens Connor. Realizing this mistake, Connor returns to the campsite and finds Gary's decapitated corpse. Connor runs to the car but finds it's gone. The old man from before falls from the tree and warns Connor. The Cheek Freak, taking the form of a car, appears and goes after Connor. Connor runs back to the toilet establishment and sees the toilet stall that was cordoned now free. With no other option, he enters it and slides down the toilet and appears in a dark, empty room and finds a note on the floor informing him that he is in the Cheek Freak's world and that in order to survive and escape, he has to find all 6 bones and flush them down the toilet. Talk about going down the shitter. The note also informs him that the Cheek Freak can smell the booty stench really well, and that he can protect himself with air fresheners that are scattered around the place. Connor searches the dark corridors while avoiding the Cheek Freak that's patrolling the area. Connor manages to find all 6 bones and flushes them down the toilet. Cheek Freak appears before him and appears to spontaneously burn to death. And before Cheek Freak dies, he poops out a dynamite stick and the whole place explodes. What the hell is this guy's diet? After that, Connor wakes up in the real world and stares at the moon in the sky, wishing Gary could see it with a low-res stock PNG of an ass fading on screen. Credits roll and the game ends. Nice. A moon. How on earth? No, how in the universe could you go wrong with this game? It's about time someone made a game about avoiding getting your cheeks not clapped, but literally ripped off of you, because it's a crucial skill children and adults should know. We mean this game is truly the shit, and we're not trying to be cheeky when we say any of these things. No amount of asinine criticism can even come close to refuting such a point. No cracks in its foundation or gameplay, especially when you consider this game as a whole. Bonus points if you play it on a night when there's a half moon out. This one should never be the butt of anyone's criticism, as it excels in having an Oscar-worthy storyline, fluent controls, astounding gameplay, and it never fails to crack the player up, so it's baffling why everybody wouldn't be right behind it. If it's at the bottom of the list of games you're gonna play, change that immediately. An absolutely fantastic piece of art.